The fifth factor of resistance to change addresses a gap that might exist in our company. The question is if the change we're pursuing depends on the acquisition of new complex skills. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes people just need to apply the skills they already have in the proper context. But when it does, we should pay close attention to this fifth factor, learning. If we think about it, what we call training in the workplace has little to do with actual training. In sports, training is a long process of understanding, practicing, analyzing mistakes, returning to practice over and over. And this practice doesn't happen during the competition. It happens outside of it in a safer environment where making mistakes don't compromise results. Yet in the workplace, training often happens only at the cognitive level, and even coaching has little to do with the hands-on approach adopted in sports coaching. In the workplace, we often assume that if employees understand something, they will be able to apply it, but it's not the case. Take public speaking as an example. It's not enough to break it down into parts, understand how to structure the content, use the body language, voice modulation, pauses, and so on. It would be overwhelming to try to apply all this information in one go. We cannot expect people to perform flawlessly without repeated rehearsal. And the same is true for many other critical skills in the workplace. Leadership skills, delegating, negotiating, selling, managing conflicts, and so on. We should remember that when the stakes are high, we don't want to overthink. We unconsciously tend to fall back on our automatic behaviors. So closing the gap between knowing how to do something and really being able to do it requires practice, practice, practice until a new automatic repertoire is built. So if the change we want depends on the acquisition of new complex skills, the question is, do you have a specific protocol in place to bridge the gap between knowing and mastering the skill?